Chodesh Kislev, Erev Shabbos Parshas Toldos. Chodesh Kislev for Chassidim has become a very important Yom Tov. In 1978, on Shmini Atzeres, during the Hakafos, the Rebbe suffered a massive heart attack. Going through the Hakafos, eventually he came into his room, and doctors were insisting that the Rebbe must go to the hospital because they felt it is life-threatening. The Rebbe refused. The Rebbe said he wants to stay right here in his room in 770. Finally, the doctors decided they're going to ask the Rebbetzin that she should persuade her husband, the Rebbe, to be willing to go to the hospital. And the Rebbetzin asked, "Was sagt mein Mann? What is my husband saying?" And he said, indeed, he refuses to go. So she said, "Never did I contradict my husband's wishes. And you can trust him. He knows what he's doing." Indeed, he stayed. They brought all the necessary equipment to the room of the Rebbe. And Baruch Hashem, miraculously, beyond all expectations, or medical expectations at least, 40 days later exactly, on Rosh Chodesh Kislev, the Rebbe left his room, recuperated, and went home. So Rosh Chodesh Kislev became a big Yom Tov for Chassidim. Doctors thought that the Rebbe is confused, and they can't take his opinion seriously. Somebody else also thought that the Rebbe was confused, till they realized how the Rebbe saved her life. But let me tell you the story. A woman from Eretz Yisrael, a Vishnitz Chassid, whom the doctors found some kind of a tumor. And doctors suggested that the doctors in New York are better equipped to deal with her particular medical issue. She traveled to New York, stayed with her sister, a Chassid from Satmar in Williamsburg. And while she's doing the tests, she realized she wants to go to the Rebbe on a Sunday to get the Rebbe's bracha. She asked her sister to accompany her. She doesn't speak the language, she doesn't know where Kranitz is. And the sister says, you realize, my husband is a very important figure in the Satmar community. At that time, the Satmar community was waging a war against Shabbat. And if my husband finds out that I'm going to Lubavitch, that would not make it for a pleasant situation. So I'm sorry, my dear sister, I can't take you. But his sister insisted. It's her life which is at stake. Finally, the Satmar sister from New York, in other words, agreed to take her. They're waiting in line. And as they're coming in line, the two sisters, one next to the other. So the woman from Israel, who has that tumor, tells the Rebbe what the doctors said. The Rebbe listened to her, and then the Rebbe gave her $1 and gave her the usual blessing, bracha v'atzlacha. And then the other sister comes by. She didn't say anything. She didn't ask for anything. And the Rebbe gives her a bracha, and the Rebbe wishes her refuah shlema. Coming home, a little surprised, the sister that needed a refuah shlema, which means a speedy recovery, she just got the regular bracha v'atzlacha, blessing for success. So she tells her husband, and she says, I have to tell you that what I did today was the wrong thing to do. I know you would never agree to that. I went because my sister just begged me and I couldn't refuse her. And it was definitely useless because the Rebbe was, in her words, confused. He told her bracha v'atzlacha, and he told me refuah shlema. Obviously, it was useless. The Satmar Chassid, serious individual, and he tells his wife, "You should not have gone, but now that you went, and this is what the Rebbe told you, I'm not a Chassid of his, but he's not confused. The Lubavitcher Rebbe doesn't get confused. we are going to the hospital right now to make some tests. And indeed, the tests shown there's an early stage of a very serious ailment. Miraculously, because they caught it so early, they were able to save her. And you guessed it, the sister from Israel turned out that her tumor was benign and didn't even need the bracha for shlema, didn't need the speedy recovery. She was well. So the Rebbe is not confused. The Rebbe is clear. And the Rebbe said clearly to us, we are the threshold of Geula. Let's remember, these prophetic words are real, are relevant today. All we need to do is just get ready, welcome him by doing another mitzvah, another good deed. Good Shabbos, my friends. And let's hope that this Shabbos we will celebrate